This is the Roulette Master, and I'm really excited about today's roulette strategy. This was sent to me by one of my subscribers, Nick. He calls this jackpots all day, and he said that he's been winning every day at the casino with this. The progression's different than what you've probably seen in the past. I can't wait to share it with you, and let's go ahead and jump right into it and get started. So let's place the bets first, and we're going to have a $50 bet on first 12 and second 12. And then we're going to have $10 bets right here on each one of these double streets. Just like that. 70 on each one of the 12s and 140 total. Let's go ahead and spin. This is going to be a $2,000 bankroll system, which you can adjust depending on the size of the starting bets. And I'll show you what we do when we get wins, which is a $70 win there. And every time we win, we're going to win $70. So let's go ahead and just rebet and spin, and then I'm going to show you what to do with losses. It's very different than what you've probably been doing with systems like this. So that's a 12 red, and there's another $70 win. So we're already up $140. So great start. And once we do get a loss, I'll show you how to deal with those. And then after we have losses and we get wins, you need to know what to do as well. And there's another win. So we're already up $210. Man, that was quick. And he said he's been just winning tons with this. And yeah, it looks good so far. So that's a 15 black. There's another $70 win. We're up $280 already. And let's go ahead and spin again. And don't worry, we're going to play a little while so we can see good spins and bad spins and what you should expect with each. And that's a 32, and that's a loss. So when we have one loss, we do not change the bet. We just spin again. And if we have two losses, you have to keep track of them. Once we have two losses, and there it is, we have two losses, we're going to double the bet. But it's not going to be what you normally expect with doubling the bet because, let's go ahead and do that first and I'll explain it. Because when we get wins after that, it's going to be different than what you're used to. So let's go ahead and spin and see what we get here. And then if we get a win after two losses, I'll show you what to do next. But there is a 0. So that's worst case scenario. And if that happens, you can leave the bet the same. Again, you need two more losses to double the bet again. So here we go again. And then I'll show you what to do after we get wins, when we've come back from a loss. Ooh, there's two more. So we do need to double again. We're minus 560, but that's okay because we do have a nice $2,000 bankroll with these unit sizes. So let's go ahead and spin again after we doubled, because again we doubled because we lost twice. And here we go. That's a 23 red. And that's a win. So what we do with this system, we're minus 280 right now. When we get a win, then we go back one double. So if we look at what we're betting right now, which is 560, then we go back to 280. So let's do that. And make sure these are right. And let's just place those back out there again. Okay, that way it'll be easy for you to see this. We'll put the original bets back out there. And just like that. But remember, we have to go to 280, not the original 140, because we just go back one double when we get a win. So let's go ahead and do that and spin. And here we go. We're 5 minutes and 15 seconds in, and that's a 24 black. There's a nice win, and now we're going to go back one more. So now we go back to the original size bet, which is 70 each. So let's do that. And again, you can just put them back out again. That's fine too. Just like that. And you might say, well, that's just getting us back to where we started. Yes, however, if we get wins, but what you're not thinking about with this system is that when you get a lot of wins at the base level, it really gets you ahead. So there's a win right there with 11 black. Okay, And there's a $70 win. So one more of those will be back to even. And what you want to do with this system is go on a run. You want to go on a run, and when you have a nice run, you want to cash out. Okay, there's another win. So we'll just rebet and spin. Here we go, and let's see if we can get a bunch of wins in a row. That is a 1 red. That's a win. Okay, so we're up 70. And see how many times we can win in a row here. This will be, oh, that's another one. That's an 18 red. Fantastic. Okay, so you can see, even though we had all those losses, right now we're back up 140. So let's just rebet and spin. The other thing to think about too is, remember how we started up with a bunch of wins? If you start out with a bunch of wins, you can just cash out before you even get losses. But then when you do get losses, and we're already up 210 again, when you do get losses, you just wait for 2 of them, you double, and then when you get wins, you go back 1 double. And there's a loss, which we do not adjust the bet. So we're up 70. Again, we need 2 losses to double the bet. And here we go. That is a 0. So that is 2 losses. Okay, so we're going to double the bet and spin. Here we go. What that does, by waiting for 2 losses, it makes it to where it's really much more difficult to lose your bankroll, which is very important. And there's a win, and now we're going to go back to the base level. We're going to go back 1 double when we get wins. So let's go ahead and place the original bets out again. There we go. Just like that, and let's spin. All right, let's see what we get here. That's a 4 black. All right, that's a win. So we're up 140. Let's just rebet and spin. And see how many more wins we can get in a row before we have a loss. That is a 5 red. That's another win. All right, so now we're back up to 10. So you can see how this cycles, and the whole key is to cash out when you're cycling up. See, there's another win right there with 16 red. And we haven't even come close to using all the $2,000 bankrolls, so that's awesome. And we're up 280. We're just going to spend again at base level and see how many of these we can get in a row. And there's 2 ways to look at that. When you get ahead a lot, and we're up 350 right now, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can just say, okay, I'm up 350, I'm going to cash out. Or you can say, I'm going to play until I lose and then cash out. It's up to you. There's 2 different ways to look at it. The benefit to playing till you lose and cash out, I'll tell you the benefit of both, but we just lost there, so that's 1 loss. We'll just repeat the bet. The benefit to that is if you got 6 or 7 more wins in a row, you'd still be way ahead. But the benefit, and there's our second loss, so let's double. You can see now we're back to only a $70 profit. So let's double and spin again. The benefit to not waiting until you lose to finish is that you don't have to, you know how much you have. And there's another loss. So that's 3 losses in a row. So again, we need 2 losses to double again, which is why our bankroll's been preserved up to this point. And there's a win. So now we're going to go back 1. You can see that brought us back to minus 70. You see how I was talking earlier about the cycling? So now we go back to the base level again, because that's just back 1. You never go all the way back, but what you do is basically by us going back 1, that does take us back to the base level. So, all right, you go back a double basically when you win, and it takes 2 losses to double the bet, and that's a 1 red. Okay, that's a $70 win, and hopefully we'll cycle back up now. So let's go ahead and spin again. Here we go. That's a 33 black. That's a loss. So again, that'll be our first loss, and we can see that dropped us to minus 140. And we're starting to cycle downward a little bit here, but let's see if we can cycle back up and cash out with some money today. And that's a win. That's a 24 black. Okay, so we didn't have 2. We still have that 1 loss, though. Don't forget about that. It only takes 1 more to double, so we're just going to rebet and spin. We do have 1 loss on the books here. And here we go. That's a 13 black. That's a win. Okay, so we're back to all square. Remember, we still have one loss, so one more loss and we're going to double. And that's a 14 red. That's a win. So let's see if we can cycle back up. We're up 70. All right, let's spin again. See if we get a loss or if we keep winning. And there's another win. That's a 10 black. Okay, we're up 140, so we're just going to rebet and spin, but still knowing we have a loss on the record. One more is all it's going to take to double. And there's our second loss, so we're going to double. That dropped us back to all square temporarily. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And that's a win. That's a 21 red. So you can see all of a sudden we're back up 140, and that drops us back to base level. So again, we'll place the bets. And these are 10s. And then 50s go on the first and second. Just like that. And here we go. Okay, that's a 2 black. That's a win. Fantastic. And we're cycling back up. We're up 210. And once we have another loss, we'll start counting again on the losses. Okay, that's a 30 red. That's a loss. So we'll put that one on the books there. And that drops us back to 70 profit. Let's spin again. And if we get another loss, we will double. Okay, that's a 12 red. Okay, that's a win. So remember, we still have one loss, though. We're up 140. And here we go. And let's wait for this to cycle back up and then cash out with some money. There's another win. That's a 3 red. But don't forget, we have a loss on the books. And we're up 210. And let's spin. Here we go. All right. And that's a 14 red. That's a win. Awesome. And we're up 280. And anytime you get up an amount that you're happy with, take that money and run. And don't forget that. That's a 21 red, though. That's another win, which is why I was talking earlier about if you ride it till she bucks you. Sometimes that works because if you go on a long run, you would have missed out on that run. Let's go ahead and spin again here. And but the downside to that is if you lose right away, then it's not worth it. So there's our second loss. So we're going to double. That puts us at 210 profit. We're going to double to 280, 140 on each, and here we go. Okay, that's a win. So we're going to go back one double, which is back to base level, and we're up 350. So let's place the bets again. Okay, so we went back a double, and we're back at base level again, and this is working really well so far. I like how it takes 2 losses to double, because a lot of systems that cover 2 12s, and there's a loss, so we'll put that one on the books. That drops us back to 210. A lot of systems that cover 2 of the 12s, not only do they double after every loss, but they triple after every loss. So this definitely helps you with that progression. Now, we got a win there, but remember, we still have one loss on the books here. So if we get another loss, we're going to double. Okay, that's a 35 black. That's our other loss. So we have 2 losses. That dropped us back to 140 profit. We're going to double the bet and spin. Here we go. Ooh, 00. That's a bad one. Okay, so we're going to repeat that bet, and that just took our profit away from us. But we need one more loss to increase, and again, that just protects your bankroll. And there's a win there with the 3 red. Now we're going to have to build it back up, and we're going to go back a double now and have to build it back up again. That's why I was saying you need to cash out when you're cycled up, because this cycles up and down. You definitely want to cash out when you're cycled up. And you never know exactly when it's going to cycle back your way again. So, when you're happy with the amount that you've won, take it and run. And here we go. That's another loss, though. That's a 25 red. So it'll take one more loss. We're minus 140. It'll take one more loss for us to double. Let's see if we can get some wins here. And that's a win. That's a 1 red, but don't forget we have that loss on the books. And we're minus 70. We'll just respin here. And remember, we have a loss. And that's another loss. So we have 2 losses now. So we will double the bet. That dropped us back to minus 210. I think that's about the worst we've been. So now we're cycling down. We're doubling the bet. But hopefully we'll cycle back up here and cash out. Now if I was playing in a shorter session, and there's a win. If I was playing in a shorter session, then I would definitely have cashed out already. But I want you guys to see the good and the bad with every system. That's why we're going longer today, to show you cycling up and down. We're back up. We're up 70. And with that win, we're going to go back a double. So let's go back to base level. And the really good thing about this system, even though we've had a lot of losses, is that we haven't really gone that far in the doubling progression because it takes 2 losses to double instead of 1. And like I said, a lot of systems triple after a loss with 2 12s covered. So that's a win right there. We're up 140. Let's see if we can cycle back up again. And I'm really liking this progression. I like how it's protecting the bankroll. And that's really important. That's a 23 red. It's another win. We're up 210. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right. That is a 31 black. That's a loss. Okay, so that dropped us back to 70. And if we get one more loss, we're going to double. All right, here we go. That's a win. That's a 20 black, so that gets us to 140 profit. But remember, we have a loss on the books. So once we get another one, we will double again. And that's a 2 black. That's a win. Let's see if we can go on a run here before we cash out. And we're up 210. Let's just rebet and spin. Here we go. And see how far we can take this. Okay. That's a win. That's a 2 black. All right, we're up 280. Fantastic, and I'd probably cash out right now if I were you guys. We're going to play a little longer and see how to deal with some more losses. That's a loss right there. That's our second loss. And we're going to double the bet because we've had 2 losses. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we get here. And you see why I would have cashed out when we were up a lot? We were cycled up. And now we're cycled back down again. So that's 1 loss. So we will rebet and spin. Ooh, that's another loss. Ouch. So we're going to double again. And you can see that dropped us back to minus 420. But don't worry, we have a $2,000 bankroll. And now we're up to 560 with this bet. And remember, since we go back a double after wins, we're not going back to base level now. There's another loss. That's 3 in a row there. So remember, we don't change the bet. That dropped us back to minus 980 though. Let's go ahead and spin and see what we get here. Oh my goodness, that's another one. Ouch. Okay, so actually we don't have enough to, after that one, we do not have enough to increase it by that much again. All we have left is, it looks like $460. So we're going to have to back that up to, well, let's put some of it back there. And we were in good shape. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. We were in really good shape. We should have cashed out far earlier, but I wanted to show you guys the possibilities with this. And there's another win. So when you're down this much, all you can do is start putting it back into the money back into your next bet. So it looks like we have 780 left, and let's increase these. Okay, we'll put a little more in. And let's go ahead, we're at 780. And I don't think those weren't quite even, but I think in total they were. But that's a 00. That's going to wreck us. Okay, So we did lose our bankroll, but I think this is a really good system. I'm going to be using this in the casino, and I'm going to be cashing out far sooner than what we did today. But the reason I played longer is because I want you guys to see the good and the bad with this system, and I think it's really good actually. It actually takes a lot to lose that many times in a row, because it takes 2 losses to double. A lot of people play triple martingale where they triple after every loss, and this is much, much safer. So I actually am going to give my approval on this one. However, you can lose your bankroll just like we did there. So I think it's definitely one to try, and you can try it out with smaller units. Just remember, if this is a $2,000 bankroll, then just remember that if you want to reduce the size of the bets, reduce the bet size by the same proportion as the bankroll, and you'll be in good shape. But let me know what you guys think. Test this one out on the simulator yourselves, and give me feedback as always. And I love your guys' feedback. If you're enjoying the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Keep growing this great community. And I hope you're enjoying messaging with the other people on the channel. And keep sending your systems in to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com, and that would be fantastic. That's what keeps it going. And we keep seeing these great new strategies from people. Like I said, this one eventually failed, but most roulette systems with horrible, with really horrible numbers will fail eventually. So just like Sonny always says, make sure you cash out when you're up. And we had a ton of chances to cash out with $300 or $400 of profit, and I think that's really, really important. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is the Roulette Master. And and also thank you, Nick, for sending that one in. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.